In 1900, the average American worker earned roughly 22 cents an hour. At those rates, joining the ranks of the nation's millionaires remained a mathematical impossibility for the typical laborer. Fast forward a century, we've achieved massive technological leaps, achieved modern plumbing, and average salaries that would have been unimaginable to a previous generation. Yet the financial reality for the average person remains remarkably familiar. Today, 72 million middle-class families in the United States rely entirely on their next paycheck to survive. If that check disappears, the household collapses. We face a disconnect in our mental operating system. Society programs us to view work as a linear exchange, a fixed trade of finite hours for fixed dollars. Think of this system as carrying buckets. You walk to the river, fill a bucket, and receive payment for that exact volume of water. To earn more money, you are forced to make more trips. This creates a dangerous loop, a lemming mentality, where we blindly follow the herd over a financial cliff, repeating a cycle of endless labor without ever actually building wealth. Traditional career advancement often provides a false sense of security. A raise or a promotion doesn't change the underlying equation, it simply trades a standard bucket for a larger one. The mathematical flaw remains. To increase your income, you must either carry that larger bucket or dedicate more hours to the task. Biology imposes strict constraints on this model. Every human being has a finite amount of time, energy, and health. This 1-to-1 ratio eventually hits an unavoidable hard ceiling. This exposes the ultimate vulnerability of the bucket carrier. Illness, vacations, or eventual retirement all share the same outcome. The moment you stop moving, the income stops flowing. As long as your earnings require your continuous personal labor, your financial potential remains physically capped. Moving past this limit requires a shift toward an exponential mindset, one centered on the architecture of a pipeline rather than the weight of a bucket. This new logic relies on a foundational tool known as utolin, or leverage. Consider the printing press. While handwriting a book took months of linear effort per copy, mechanical leverage allowed 1 hour of work to yield 100 pages of output. This distinguishes the two schools of thought. The linear thinker asks how to work harder. The exponential thinker looks for ways to multiply their effort. True leverage succeeds by decoupling the work you perform today from the time frame in which you receive payment. Beyond mechanical tools, pipeline builders utilize netless networks, or e-compounding. In this model, the focus is on building a small network that functions independently. Once established, it scales through duplication. A network of 4 expands to over 4,000 within 12 months, creating massive growth without requiring linear effort from the creator. This path requires immense delayed gratification. It's the story of Margaret, a builder who made quiet, unglamorous sacrifices over 20 years, trusting that her efforts would compound into a significant asset over decades. The pipeline mindset demands a commitment to the math of compounding, long before the water ever starts flowing. True potential scales through the design of autonomous systems. It is the transition from applying brute force to engineering a process that eventually runs itself. We see the success of this approach in the modern economy. 80% of today's millionaires are self-made, first-generation wealth. These individuals don't necessarily possess more luck or a higher work ethic than the average person. They simply operate on the pipeline mindset. Financial destiny rests on how we utilize our free time. The size of the bucket we carry today matters less than our willingness to start building for tomorrow. The ultimate choice remains with you. You can wake up tomorrow morning and pick up your bucket, or you can pick up a shovel and start digging your pipeline.